So for once I brought some good news. GitHub started scanning last year and they're starting to see some positive results. Looks like it's working.
So Joe, I hear that you have a story relating to GitHub this week.
Yeah, I actually have some good news, which I think is a change of pace for us. So GitHub started scanning public repositories for their Ruby and JavaScript code, and they announced this week that they scanned 500,000 public repositories and found 4 million vulnerabilities. Alerting users and admins to these vulnerable libraries is being noticed. You know, people are updating, people are within, I think, 7 days and 15 days, they have stats at different levels. They're seeing that, you know, vulnerable libraries are being updated, so you know, it's working.
So the vulnerabilities that it's scanning for, just so I understand it, my impression was that they were looking for specifically outdated and known vulnerable versions of libraries that other people in GitHub were importing.
Right.
And that's the quickest way to find vulnerabilities because they know for a fact you're using this known bad code. They don't even have to look at the code that's being used and say, this version of the library is bad, you need to fix it. Is that right?
Yep, that is right. And which, you know, for GitHub, that is, you know, pretty much the nuts and bolts of what you're doing in GitHub. You're importing your repositories and then you're building your, you know, your source from there. So the piece on this said that GitHub is planning to build this out more and add more of these scanning features where, you know, more languages and more places within the process, you know, they're going to add some more scanning capabilities.
Yeah, do you think, Joe, that there's going to be an opportunity here that even when you upload the code, it checks it as you upload it, so it doesn't even get on the repository?
There's more opportunities to scan as you check in code, as you import code, as you add to existing trees, and there's good tools out there. It's just the onus on every individual software engineer to use those scanning tools is a lot more difficult than if they're being done in the public repository.
And if they're doing it on your behalf rather than, you know, the developer having to do it themselves, it may even solve, you know, or save some time. You know, that you're the developer, you can think, okay, at least I'm being protected from maybe some simple mistakes.
Right, and that's what I wanted to make a point is that, you know, it's great that they're doing this, don't get me wrong, and then the number of bugs that they're fixing is excellent, but no one should mistake this for if I upload my code to GitHub, all of my bugs will be found for me. While this is a good step in the right direction, this is not the same as running your code against a code scanner to find actual vulnerabilities in, you know, things like buffer overflows or cross-site scripting, things that a code scanner would do. This is finding purely old versions of libraries. You still need to scan your code if you're going to put it into production to make sure there aren't vulnerabilities in it.
You know, from a management perspective, I think this is a good example of attacking a problem at a high level. You know, address a security flaw high enough that anybody who gets it lower is taking a secure product. You know, make the security changes high enough that anybody who reuses that product is getting something that's already been security checked to some degree.